to physics online class. In case of that hydrostatics, we got that properties of the fluid when the fluid is at rest position. So from the Pascal law we come to know that when pressure is act at any part of the fluid, that pressure is going to distribute in all direction. And now we'll consider the concept of buoyant force here. So in the simpler word we can call that as buoyancy. What's the mean of that buoyancy or buoyant force, or also we can call it as upthrust? So the meaning is, for example, I will take one body. When the body is trying to immerse in the liquid, then the liquid is start exerting that upward force on the body. So that upthrust force is trying to make it to float the body, right? Or in other sense I can say, when the body is immersed in the fluid, the level of the fluid is going to rise upward direction. I think you observed that kind of phenomenon. So who proposed such kind of concept here? How much quantity of that fluid is rising upward direction, I need to understand. In order to understand all the things, we need to learn about that Archimedes principle. So right, in today's session, so we'll have a talk about that Archimedes principle. Before going to understand about that Archimedes principle, just we can understand what's the mean of that buoyant force, or simply we can call it as buoyancy. So buoyancy means, so force exerted by the body when the body is immersed in fluid, we can consider force exerted by the body. Force is exerted by the body when immersed in fluid is known as upthrust, or also we can call it as buoyant force. And this phenomenon we can call it as buoyancy, and this phenomenon is known as buoyancy, right? So this phenomenon we can call it as buoyancy here. So this phenomenon we can call it as buoyancy, right? Now from that Archimedes principle we may come to know that how much quantity of the fluid is rising upward direction when the body is immersed in the fluid. So in order to understand that Archimedes principle, we must know about the concept of buoyancy here. For example, this is one container, right? This container is filled with certain kind of liquid or fluid, you can consider. When the body is immersed in this fluid, then what happens here? So this fluid try to exert that upthrust force on this body. So this upthrust force we can call it as buoyant force, and that phenomenon we can call it as buoyancy. That phenomenon we can call it as buoyancy here. So wait a minute. So now in order to understand this Archimedes principle, we must know about that buoyancy. Then we can understand that Archimedes principle. According to this Archimedes principle, he suggests that when body is immersed completely or partially in a static fluid, so whatever the fluid I am considering, that fluid is stationary, we can consider. When the body is immersed, immersed fully or partially in static fluid, right? When the body is immersed fully or partially in static fluid, then buoyant force is numerically equal to, then buoyant force which is numerically equal to whatever the buoyant force or buoyancy or upthrust forces act on the body, so that buoyancy, or we can call it as buoyant force, is numerically equal to weight of fluid displaced in upward direction. So look at here, I will take one container here, right? That container is filled with fluid here. When object is immersed here, then what happens here? Level of this fluid is rising upward direction. How much quantity of that liquid or fluid is rising upward direction here? For example, whatever the fluid is rising upward direction, so this which is equal to weight of the body. How much quantity of fluid is rising upward direction here? So then buoyant force which is numerically equal to the weight of the fluid displaced in upward direction. So whatever the weight of the body is there, that much quantity of water will be rising upward direction. So this is about Archimedes principle. It means that buoyant force which is equal to weight of the body, means mathematically I can able to show that buoyant force which is equal to weight is nothing but mass into acceleration due to gravity. Now mathematically I will derive that buoyant force which is equal to weight of the fluid we can consider, right? In order to understand such thing, I will consider one container here. That container is filled with certain kind of fluid. I will take one container here, right? This is one container, and this container is filled with certain kind of fluid, and now I will immerse one body into this container. If I immerse one cylindrical body, right, so from the top surface of the body to the surface of the fluid, this height is h1. From the surface of the fluid to its bottom of the cylinder, its height is h2. So h2 minus of h1, which is equal to height of this cylinder, I can consider, right? On this cylinder various forces are getting act here. Force F1 is acting vertically downward direction. So force F1 is at top and this force is acting in a downward direction. Force F2 is at bottom and this force is acting vertically upward direction. Then I can consider that pressure exerted at the top, pressure exerted at the top, we can consider pressure P1 which is equal to, so pressure which is equal to what? Rho GH we can consider, rho G. What is the height here from the surface of the fluid to the top of the cylinder here? That height is h1. Pressure at the top I can consider as rho G h1, where rho is nothing but the density of the fluid. Second, we can consider that force F1 is at top. Force F1, shall I take it as P1 into A, right? Wherever P1 is there, just I will write it as rho G H1 into A. Let us take this as equation 2. This force is acting downward direction. So what is the direction here? Downward direction. Similarly, I can consider that pressure exert at the bottom. Look at here. Pressure exert at the bottom we can consider. Pressure P2 which is equal to rho G into H2 we can consider. Similarly, we can consider that force F2 is at bottom. Force F2 which is at bottom. So force F2, shall I take it as P2 into A. wherever P2 is there, just I will take it as rho g H2 into A. This is equation 3 and this I will take it as equation 4. From the concept of buoyant force, so F2 minus of F1 I will consider here. F2 minus of F1. F2 is nothing but what? Rho g H2 into A minus of F1 is nothing but what? Rho g H1 into A. F2 minus of F1, so differ in the force. This force I will take it as buoyant force. Rho g into A, I will take it as common. H2 minus of H1 I will consider here. Wait a minute. Rho g into A. H2 minus of H1, shall I take it as height of the cylinder? This is H. Area into length is nothing but volume, right? So area into length is nothing but volume into density into G. F of B, volume into density is nothing but mass, M into G, that M into G which is equal to weight. So then buoyant force which is equal to weight of the fluid displaced in vertically upward direction we can consider. From the concept of Archimedes principle, what's that Archimedes principle here? When the body is immersed fully or partially in a static fluid, then buoyant force which is numerically equal to the weight of the fluid displaced in vertically upward direction.